My name is Kimberly, also known as Mezzo Makeover, and I'm just here to bring another tutorial. Today I'm just going to do something neutral, something matte, just a nice look that I did the other day that I really liked. And so I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to start with my face. I've already moisturized. So the primer that I'm going to be using is the e.l.f. primer. I'll use the e.l.f. primer on the perimeter of my face. And I'm going to use the Benefit Professional on the inner parts of my face where my pores are larger. So today, because I am using a foundation that is not super thick and super thick, I'm going to be covering some of the dark spots that I have on my face. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer to cover these blemishes. I'm also just going to cover a little bit of the hyperpigmentation that I have. If you don't know what the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer looks like, it looks like this, and it is in Deep Chestnut. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. concealer brush to blend that out. Concealer sponge. To set that, I'll be using my black Opal oil absorbing powder. And I'm just gonna use that same, I'm gonna use actually an e.l.f. blush brush that I use for powder to set those areas. Setting those areas so that once I put my foundation on, that concealer doesn't move. For my concealer, for my foundation today, I am using the e.l.f. Flawless Liquid Foundation. The shade that I'm using is in Nutmeg. I usually use about 2 pumps. I'm just gonna put 2 pumps right here on my palette. And I'll be using my Makeup Geek foundation stippling brush to apply that. So for my concealer, I'll be using 2 e.l.f. concealers. I'll be using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This one is also in Deep Chestnut. And I'll be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. Another e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. And this one is in Tan Neutral. gonna let that set for a minute. To set those areas, the powders I'll be using are the e.l.f. Matte Setting Powder and the Airspun Translucent Powder. I put some of the Airspun into the top, and now I'm gonna just sprinkle some of my e.l.f. Setting Powder in there. I'm gonna use that same brush from earlier, and I'm going to just set those areas that I highlighted. The only area that I'm going to bake with that same powder is my nose. I'll bake just for a little while on the sides of my nose because I do wear glasses, and that area does tend to come off when I put my glasses on. I'll be setting the rest of my face with that Black Opal oil absorbing powder. I'm ready to do my brows now, and so I'm gonna go off camera to do my brows, and I'll be right back. So for my eye look today, I'm gonna be using the Profusion Siennas palette. This palette is a nice neutral palette, has all types of browns, oranges, golds, champagne-y colors. Very nice everyday palette. Has everything you need. If you didn't have any eyeshadow palettes, I think that this would be a good one to get, so that you could start off with I think with everything that you would need to do a nice variety of neutral looks. So I'm gonna start this look by using this BH Cosmetics eye blending brush. Excuse me. And we're just going to start off today with this light orangey color here in the crease. And I'm going to apply this color a little heavier on the outside. I'm gonna try not to do what I normally do. I normally just follow my shape all the way around, but I'm gonna try to flare it out just a little bit. And once I get that color in there, I'm gonna just blend it out some. Drag it in and up toward my brow. And now I'm gonna take this deeper brown shade here and place that a little lower on my crease just to get a little definition. And I'm actually gonna use that color to just on the outer V. Actually, I'm not gonna put it all the way in my crease, just on the outer V and the outer V portion of my crease. When I go into my to this particular eyeshadow, because the eyeshadow is kicking up a little bit, I'm tapping my brush so that I won't get it on my foundation now that since I put my foundation on. I'm also going to take the same brush with a little bit of that brown color and take it under my eye, just on the corner. And if you notice, as I'm putting this color on, I'm not blending, I'm just patting it on there in the shape that I want it, because I don't want that color blended. I want that color to stand out. Now I'm just making sure, I'm just looking to make sure that it's equal on both sides. I'm wiping my brush off again, and I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take this Profusion brush. This is the brush that came with the palette. I'm going to take the flat end. I'm going to take this champagne color here, goldish color. It's not quite like a yellow gold. So I'm going to take that and place that on my lid. And I'm not going to wet the brush or anything because I don't want don't want the color to be intensified. And I'm just wiping it on. I'm taking this color all the way over to meet the dark color. And all the way up to the crease. I'm going to take that same blending brush that I used before, make sure that it's wiped off really good. And I'm just going to, I'm going to go into the crease with it to just clean that up, just to make sure that that is cleaned up there. I don't want that gold color traveling up into my crease. I'm just taking it nice and gentle, being careful not to, and I don't have anything on the brush, being careful not to drag any of that gold color or any of that dark color over. Now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take the other side of the Profusion brush, the fluffy side, and I'm just going to go into, I'm gonna take the side of, actually no, I'm gonna take this detailer brush and I'm gonna go into very lightly, I'm going to use my setting powder actually on my, use my e.l.f. setting powder on my brow bone, just to highlight just a little bit, because this powder is lighter. It's gonna bring that area out. Now, just to blend that area out just a little bit, I'm going to take the fluffy side of that Profusion brush and blend the top edge of that first color. Just a little bit, so that we can make sure it's not such a harsh line. I'm just going all out of order, guys. All right, now that we have our shadow on, I am gonna go in right quick and contour my my nose before I finish my eyes. I just want to make sure that I get that done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take one of the shadows, a little bit of one of the shadows in the palette. I'm gonna take this one, this deep color right here. That color is a little cooler than the other brown color, and so it won't, it's a little better for a contour. I'm just gonna dip the very edge of this slanted brush, small slanted brush in there, and I'm gonna start up here by my brow. Ooh, that is very dark. I'm gonna pat that off just a little bit. I'm gonna take that down the side of my nose. That color was very, I didn't realize the color was as dark as it is. So I'm gonna have to really blend that out good. So when I dip into that color, I wipe my brush off just a little bit, so it won't come on so intense. And that worked out pretty well. So to finish my eyes up before I do the rest of my face, I'm gonna go ahead and use this e.l.f. liquid eyeliner pencil. And I'm not gonna do a wing. For the rest of my face, for my bronzer, I'm going to be using my Covergirl Queen bronzer in Ebony Bronze. for my highlighter, I'm going to be using Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1. Using Layla. The color right here. And this is just a Sigma, a Morphe blending brush. Put just a little on my nose. I'm not going to put any on my lip because they're going to be covered. And for my blush, today I'm going to use that same brush. I'm going to wipe it off some. The same brush I used for my bronzer. And I'm going to stay with this Juvia's Place blush palette. And I'm going to be using the color Neo, which is this burgundy type color right there. And because I went a little heavy on this side, I'm just gonna take my powder brush and blot that to kind of get some of that powder off. I'm also gonna wipe a little bit up here where I put that, where I did that contour. It came out really dark right there, so. All right, and for my mascara, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. I believe this is in Blackest Black. I'm going to speed through this part. For my lips, I am going to be using the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Miami Fever, and also the Black Radiance Matte Lip Cream, and this is in Hollywood Hot. These are the colors. Alright guys, so I'm going to start out by lining my lips. This is a Colourpop pencil pitch. I don't believe they carry this anymore, but I think that the color BFF4 is similar. I just couldn't find my BFF4 lip pencil, so I'm just going to line my lips. And then, excuse me, just for an accent, I'm gonna put the Black Radiance right in the center, a little bit of it. For my setting spray, because I'll be wearing a mask, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. Mainly just around the bottom portion of my face, because like I said, I'll be wearing a mask, and so I'm not too worried about the top part. But I want to set that bottom portion where I'll have the mask on, just to preserve that part of my makeup. So I'm gonna take this kind of champagne-y shimmery color here from the Siennas palette and use my detailer brush to put that right in the corner, just a little. I'm also going to take just a little bit right at the arch of my brow. Just the littlest bit. All right, guys, and that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, I used the Siennas palette for this neutral eye look, and I think it came out pretty well. I just used 3 colors mainly for the look. And again, the Siennas palette is a very inexpensive palette. You don't have to have that palette. You can, these colors really you can find in any palette in a drugstore or Ulta or Sephora. And so you don't have to have that particular palette to do this look. Just an orangey color, a deep warm brown, and a goldy champagne-y type color for the lid, and then maybe a brighter champagne color, lighter champagne color for the inner corner, and that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, suggestions on what you want to see next, please leave that in the comments down below. And check out my other videos. I'll have those linked in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.